as with any immigrant population, it is really difficult to live in Canada as somebody that's different than the norm. I was born in a colony in Mexico and migrated here with my family when I was 3 years old. It was a real struggle for me to fit into Canadian culture and also to fit into the very traditional culture that my parents had been raised in, and were trying to kind of hang on to, but not really hang on to. So they were willing to give up some of their traditional customs and beliefs, but not wanting to let go of all of it. So we really struggled with identity, and I really see that in the Low German speaking population as the struggle of identity. Who are they? For what purpose have they been created? What are they here for? And what are they supposed to be doing in Canada? And I think that may be connected to so many migrations from Russia to Canada to Mexico or South America, Bolivia, Belize, Paraguay, and then coming to Canada and trying to assimilate all of those transitions and all of those migrations into their current experience. Most of them, when they're newly here, they would say, I would love to have a farm and we could work together as a family. They really want to spend time with each other and teach their children to work hard, but also to work together. They see that as an enjoyable occupation, to work together. It's a very collectivist society. They're always looking at what's best for the community. You know, how do we keep together as a family? How do we work together as a community? You know, their education system. You know, it's reading, writing, and arithmetic, the basics. So some of my families, it's really interesting when their children come home with schoolwork, like geography, like the way the land is formed. They're excited about what their children are learning, but it's so foreign to them. And they've also been socialized to keep the outside world out. So I think that they really fear if they engage with someone who's outside of the Mennonite community, will that person try to persuade them to leave the Mennonite community, and will they become violent? But I respect where they're coming from. And when you respect somebody, that comes across, right? And you can work with that if there's a mutual respect. MCC Ontario has been available to work with Low German speaking families for over 30 years. Simple things like helping them get a social insurance card, the Ontario health cards, those kinds of things. I've seen families go in with letters from the school saying, I don't know what this letter is, or letters from public health, you know, tell me what this is, and they will translate those letters for them. They liaison with different community agencies and provide information about the Low German speaking population to different agencies so they have a better understanding of who they're working with and how to meet the needs of this population in a positive and creative way. In Mexico or in the colonies that they may have come from, everybody's Mennonite, everybody's Low German speaking, everybody knows everybody else. But when they come here, they're very isolated. So MCC really offers that connection with other Low German speaking families. It kind of is a central point for if you need help, they know they can go to MCC and get some help.